911 and 311 frustrations. We've heard from many of you about long waits.
Now, for 911, it's supposed to be a lifeline. For 311, kind of less of an emergency. So why the delays when you need help?
8 News Now investigator Vanessa Murphy finds answers.
I specifically said we need medical.
An attorney calls 911 and is on hold after a man falls down the steps outside court in downtown Las Vegas.
Thank God it wasn't a bullet.
No idea.
He appears disoriented while he's bleeding from his head and needs an ambulance.
Please hold the line for the next operator.
It takes about 5 minutes to get through. This was last December.
You have reached 911 emergency. Please do not hang up.
Then in May, after a viewer made suicidal statements on the phone, it takes more than 3 minutes to reach a 911 operator to try to get that viewer help.
We are currently experiencing complete delays.
Then after being transferred to 311, it takes more than 2 hours for the call to be answered.
It's kind of hard because it's like, who do you call when you're in trouble?
This mother, who asked not to be identified, tells us she's been on hold on both lines after calling about her teen son's behavioral issues. She says he's run away before and has also acted out violently.
This is the number that they tell us to call. This is the number that says this is your go-to. This is who you contact. Or, you know, when you call the police command centers, they transfer you to a place where it's 311 and you're still waiting on that.
Most parents probably would not want to have to call 911
never
on their own child.
Yeah.
When you're waiting and you're not being handled the way you think you should, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I just feel alone, I guess. Like, I don't know, I guess I know he's my child, but how he's acting is not, you know, it's not how we should be acting.
While you were holding, did you feel like there was any increased danger?
A certain time.
She provided these screenshots. She's one of many viewers reaching out to 8 News Now about the 911 and 311 delays.
I'm just tired of not being heard.
We know that this is extremely frustrating.
We took the concerns straight to Metro, which handles the majority of 911 and 311 calls in Clark County. Captain Jose Hernandez recently began heading the Communications Bureau.
I absolutely, understand when people call 911, they don't expect to be on hold, for an extended period of time. You call because you need an immediate police response. And so while it's absolutely not something that I agree with, we are trying very, very, very hard to mitigate that.
Any weapons seen?
He says the call center is short-staffed after losing workers.
Particularly, we saw this going into COVID. A lot of people were reconsidering their profession.
He tells us while Metro is authorized for 245 positions, only 126 are filled. That's while the number of calls are increasing. Here are the numbers from Metro. On an average day for 911 and 311 combined, 5,000 to 6,000 calls are received. But on a recent day in May, 7,700 calls are reported. For 911 alone, in the month of January, a total of 101,000 calls. In April, 122,000.
Everyone has cell phones now, right? So very rarely do you get a call from a landline. A lot of it is cell phones. And so that's, I think that adds to the call volume.
And that's adding to those wait times. For 311, Metro reports an average of about 11 minutes, while the longest recorded is 3 hours. For 911, an average of 57 seconds, while the longest recorded for the emergency line is 10 minutes.
Which is way, 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 way too long.
As far as a national standard, the National Fire Protection Association says 90% of calls should be answered within 15 seconds and processed within 60 seconds.
But I could just reiterate to the community, thank you for your patience and know that we're doing everything we can to provide you that excellent level of service.
So here's what the department is doing: shifting resources based on needs. For example, Mondays seem to be busier lately, so more people are scheduled to work then. 2 academies are underway with at least 38 new workers, and the department is continuing to recruit with ads like this.
How much do you feel like your work is cut out for you, and do you feel some sort of pressure since ultimately if someone's waiting on a 911 call, lives could be at stake, right?
Absolutely. No, I think I'm not there yet. We're not there yet. We've got a long way to go. And obviously because you know that people, when they call, they need police assistance. They are in a situation that requires immediate intervention from police, and if they don't get it, bad things can happen. And so, yes, we do have our work cut out for us.
He says he believes the problem will improve over the next couple of months. In the meantime, Las Vegas residents like this mother remain concerned.
Like, do I go to you? Do I trust you? Are you my, you know what I mean? Protect and serve. Is that you?
Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
You can find much more information about this story at 8newsnow.com, including a link on how to apply for those open dispatcher jobs where non-emergency issues can be addressed and additional data about the issue.